and welcome to Tutorex. Today we'll be looking at adding multi-digit numbers. Okay, but before we begin, we have to know what multi-digits are. Well, from the previous video, we know that a digit is part of a number. So, a multi-digit number should be a number with more than one part. That's right. So, that means that a multi-digit is pretty much any number that's greater than 9. Let's take the number 45. It's greater than 9, which means it has more than one digit. So this number has 2 digits, as you can see. And the number 141 is also greater than 9, and it has 3 digits. Okay, because today's lesson's on adding, not what multi-digit numbers are, we're going to add both these multi-digits. 141 plus 45. Now before we begin, we have to align these numbers vertically, and that means up and down. 141 is the first number we're going to write out. And then we're going to put in the 45 underneath. We have to know that the place values have to be aligned. I like to add in these things called dividers. They're like these lines that you put in the middle, but that's not required. I put the plus sign towards the left because that's, where you put it. The 5 is in the ones place, and the 1 in 141 is also in the ones place. So we put the 5 over here, and the 4 in the tens place, and there's a 4 in 141. So 4 and 45 goes underneath the 4 and 141. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is start adding right to left. Now when we're reading, we go left to right. But when we're adding vertically, we go right to left. And you'll see why in the next problem. Okay. 1 plus 5 is 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 1 plus what, you might ask? It's a number that's over here, but we can't see it. You don't write down a 0 here when you're saying it. You don't say 145, you just say 45, which means that there's an imaginary 0 here when you're adding. There's imaginary zeros all the way here and all the way here, but we don't write those in. So you can write in a dotted 0 to show that there could be a 0 there, or you can just write in a full-on 0, or you can just write nothing at all. But it's honestly your choice. I'm going to put in a dotted 0 just so you know what there would be over there. So 1 plus our imaginary 0 would be a 1. So the final answer is 186. Okay, let's do another sample problem to the right over here. Let's do the number 1,339 plus 246. Now, this number looks frightening because it's big, but don't worry, when we're aligning and adding, everything will turn out fine. Let's do the aligning first. I'm going to write down the first number, and then we're going to align by place value. So the 6 is in the ones place, and so is the 9, so it goes underneath. The 4 is in the ones place, and so is the 3, or the 4 is in the tens place, and so is the 3 over here. So we put the 4 over here. And the 2 is in the hundreds place, and so is the 3 in 1,339 over here, which means we put the 2 over here. Okay, the addition sign goes to the left, and the line that we're putting underneath, I forgot to explain earlier, but both of these are your equal sign. Okay. 9 plus 6. Now I didn't put the dividers in here. If you would like, of course, please put them in because it really does help if you want it to. Okay, Not going to put them in right now. 9 plus 6. What is it? 9 plus 6 is 15. Let's put the 1 over there. No, don't do that. The 1 that's supposed to be over here gets moved up to the next place value. Because when we're writing the 15, we know that there's 2 digits, one in the ones place and the other in the tens place. Since the 1 over here is in the next place value over, the 1 in the 15 that we're writing over here has to be moved to the next place value over. So when we're writing it, we carry it up to the next place value, which is over here. Okay, so we're going to do 3 plus 4 like we normally do, which equals 7. Now we have to add that 1 that we're carrying over. What would that be? Well, we're doing 7 plus 1, which equals 8. So we write down an 8, not a 7, an 8. Okay, now since there's nothing to carry over, just a 0, but we don't write that in, we just do 3 plus 2 like always. 3 plus 2 would be 5, and 1 plus our imaginary 0, which you can write in if you want to, would be a 1. So the final answer would be 1,585. And with this problem over here, you can see why we're going right to left. If we did go left to right, you would get the problem wrong because you would have forgotten to carry that 1 that's being put in the 15 over here. So make sure that you're always going right to left, right to left. Do not forget that. You will turn out to get the wrong answer. Okay, let's do one more practice problem, or 2 more, just to make sure that you've got the hang of it. Okay, 2,356, or wrote down 9, that's okay. 2,359 plus 3,421. Okay, I'm going to write down the first number right here. If it helps you to put bigger number above, do that. It doesn't really matter for me, but whatever is easier for you, do that. Okay, as you can see, I've aligned it by place value. Okay, now I would like for you to pause the video and then jump back in to see how you get the answer. But if it's easier for you to just see what we're doing over here, then do whatever suits you. Makes it easier. Okay, 9 plus 1 is a 10. We don't write it in, we carry the 1 over here. So the 1 would go over here to the next place value. Now, what do we do in this one over here? We do 5 plus 2, which equals 7. And then we add in the 1, which is 8. So we put the 8 over here, and then we go to the next place value, to the left. 3 plus 4, you can write it underneath if you want, but you don't have to. 3 plus 4 is 7, and then 1 more to the left. This is your last place value, the thousands place, which is 5. So the final answer would be 5,780. Okay. Let's do one more problem. And this one I would really like for you to pause the video. This is because I want you to get the hang of it. You just keep watching me do it, you're probably not going to know how to do it when it comes to your final test or your quiz. Okay. Let's do 5,325 plus 6,231. Okay. Again, it's a big number, but that's okay because we know that we can add anything. We've got the power of math. Okay, just kidding. Again, aligned by place value. I'm just writing this in so you know how we're aligning it. You don't have to write that in. I mean, if it helps, then go ahead, but you don't have to. Okay, let's do 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Again, 3 plus 2 is 5. And, well, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 3 plus 2 is 5. And then 5 plus 6 is 11. Now, for this problem over here, you don't carry the 1 over to the next place value, because even if you did, you'd get stuck with that imaginary 0, and you're going to get 1 again. So there's no point in writing it again to the next place value. You can just put the 1 down underneath. So your final answer would be 11,556. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you understand it. If you would like, I'm going to add in 2 more problems that you can make sure that you've got the answer, but that's it for today. I'm going to continue explaining these 2 problems. You don't have to watch these. 3,203, 5 over here, or 2,003, 03, plus 506. I'd like for you to do that problem, and 4,532 plus a 10. I'd like for you to do these 2 problems. If you don't want to, that's okay. I'm going to write the answer underneath, but I would like for you to show your work.